Hey, time to play a game of XCOM 2. I'm gonna play a just a base game, no mods. It's veteran difficulty, just to show basically my strategies and how I like to play this game. Um, I'm just gonna take the no no special settings, just again the base set default settings, and we're just going to go through and play. The only thing I will do, I'm not going to play the integrated. I'm going to go ahead and play these missions as they were the DLC initially came out to play them. And
Accessing the feed now. We're in. But I don't know for how long. You seeing this? Way too much security, even for Advent.
That's no ordinary gene therapy clinic. And we're telling the truth.
Where they're leading us into a trap. A really obvious trap. We'd need an army to march in there right now.
I've got a better idea. Outrider, this is Central. Go.
Accelerated timeline you placed upon us, mistakes are bound to happen.
It wasn't our fault. Please!
There's no need for any of this. I will do what you ask of me. I just need additional time. Did you say something? You're one of those? You must understand, I had no choice.
Outrider, report.
So, you do exist. Outrider to Avenger, I have visual confirmation.
Are you sure?
Reapers are always sure.
I'll take your word for it. Cover your tracks and get the hell out of there. They can't know we were here. Yet.
Understood. Now the real war begins.
Excitement continues to build as city centers across the globe prepare for the 20th anniversary of Unification Day.
Thousands line up at the site of the Great Accord, celebrating the formation of the Advent Coalition.
Keeping with their promise to humanity, 12 new gene therapy clinics will be opening in select cities by the end of the new year.
Despite the attempted attack by fringe elements, operations at the new facility in Paris thankfully remain unaffected.
In response to the unprovoked intrusion on the eve of our most beloved celebration, the speaker reaches out to us.
A small number of dissidents again repeat the mistakes of the old world.
Striking as we celebrate a benevolent savior who time and again offers only friendship and compassion.
Yet these trivial actions could never break the bond between humanity and the Elders.
Peacekeeping forces have already made several preemptive arrests of known collaborators. Advent again assures all citizens that today's celebrations will continue as planned.
Perfect.
The Advent administration reminds you to report all suspicious activity to your nearest peacekeeper. Only together can we build a better tomorrow.
Approaching position. You were right. They've definitely got their hands full today.
Stay focused. Prep gate crasher.
60 seconds.
Now.
Signal received. Loud and clear. Okay, Gatecrasher. Your turn.
Alright, now it's our turn. This is actually one of the harder missions, honestly, I feel
Now
like,
that we've
just
got
because...
a foothold, it's time to take the fight to Advent. We're heading into the city center to take down a public target. Something that will get people's attention. Neutralize any security forces in the area. Keep your heads down.
Yeah, this is kind of difficult because you're working with just rookies, no attribute enhancements or perks or anything like that, so their aim is mediocre.
We have a fix on the target. Move to place the X4 charges at the designated position.
Alright, well, we're fairly close to our target now. Let's see, what do we got? I usually like to get up on high ground if it's possible because their aim helps a whole lot. Their aim is kind of mid-60s to start with. As you
Heading there now.
get high ground, you get your aim stats get a lot better.
These guys make up the bulk of the Advent forces we've dealt with. They're disciplined and well-equipped, but their obedience makes them predictable.
This particular mission generally has at this level anyway, has two sets of
Location confirmed.
enemies. This is the weaker of the two. Both of them have generally three. This is not good. Let's see here. I generally like to stay in cover if possible. I want to get as close to this rooftop as I can. So this guy here, I think we're going to go ahead and keep him low. We're going to run him up to this spot because it is full cover. Shields, full shields being full cover. Half shields, half cover. Empty shields, no cover. Which gives you 0, 20, and 40% defense. 20% for the half shields, 40 for the full shield. Let's see here. I'm going to go up top. We're going to do a
Understood, moving out.
blue move. Just make sure there's nobody up here, which I doubt there is, but we're going to validate that. Okay. Stay behind half cover. And I'm going to do the same with probably this guy. He's just a little bit closer. Since we know nobody's up here, I'm just going to go in there. And I'm not sure. I'd really like kind of get different angles with these people generally, because once you initiate the combat, they're going to scatter, and you want to be in a position where you can still get shots or flank them once they move, or take their position, flank or their positions. But you also don't want to set up, and I don't want to trigger that second group, so I don't want to get too far away. I think I'm just going to have to stay here. And I'm just going to do overwatches at this point. We're going to let them do one more turn.
Roger, I got my eyes on.
Because the guys up top are already used up all their moves. Oh man, these guys went way a long ways away. about him? Can I get... No, if I... Okay. Again, I want to stay away from these little red spots here because they're going to... That's line of sight. That will trigger them. Let them... Oh. I don't... These guys aren't even going to be able... they can't see them. Okay. But I'm only going to get one shot because the second guy, as soon as I do, they're going to run for cover to probably where the second guy won't be able to see them. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take one of these guys. I'm going to take the one on the left. 92%. That's pretty awesome. Wish we're going to probably get this kill.
We're busted.
And we've been spotted.
Enemy destroyed.
See where they go. Okay. One inside. We may get a shot on him if I get inside here. And then this other guy. Oh man, that maybe turned out well that I didn't move him. Yeah, but I'm not going to get a good shot. Let's see. How about you? He can move up here, and then I can get a flanking shot. I can tell by that icon there turning yellow. What's going to happen with this fellow? Can I get him down here to where he can get a shot on this guy? I think I can. Yeah, I think I can. Well, I don't know if that's going to give us a better shot or not, but we're going to try that. Go here with him.
Moving out.
81. That's not too bad. Let's see what we got.
Might be carrying something.
Okay,
Hostile neutralized.
And let me see. I'm going to go down here. We're going to take this guy and put him. Just in case we trigger something, we want to get into cover here. I still got my yellow icon showing that I'm going to be flanking. Another 82%. Okay, sweet. There we go. One tag down. And I'm going to go over here and grab this loot. Which, autoloader, that could come in handy.
Object secure.
Autoloaders will give you one free refill on your ammunition. As they get stronger, advanced, or superior, you'll get more reloads with that particular perk. Let's see here. What do we got? We're going to go to
Orders
here.
confirmed. Moving out.
Because now we're going to try to scout out for the other bad guys.
The Advent officers seem more capable than the grunts.
And since we've lost concealment, of course, once we see that spot them, they spot us also. And at this point here, we want to make sure we have decent cover because they amazingly seem very accurate. Let's see, we have one guy here, we have one guy over here, so maybe I want to try moving this fellow here.
Roger that.
A 72 and a 67. I need to try to get this guy out. And then I'm going to try to get this guy to get hit here.
Closing on target position now.
Which we'll do this one first. Oh, there we go.
Enemy down.
Guys are hitting well. I can't complain about that. But 2 out of 3 here. 2 out of 3 chance. What is it going to be? Oh, wow. Man, awesome. That is a great start. What does he have? A 46? Or let's see. What's a hand grenade do? Will a hand grenade get there? No. And he is already done his first move. I could move him over to here. That gives him full cover. What do I do with this guy though? He can get in full cover
Good copy. Moving on target.
and get a shot. That's not great. How about this? Oh, maybe if I can throw a grenade, blow him up, and then use the other guy, we'll get a better percentage shot if it takes out that cover. Oh, and it got 3 damage on him. Let's see. Oh, it says he's flanked, but still only a 66%. But that's all you got. Oh, I missed it that time. Yeah, it's fair enough. I've made a lot of high. Oh, he's burning. Wow. Yeesh.
Taking heavy fire!
Yikes. Okay, let's see. I can go here, and I don't think I'm going to get a good percentage. I almost guarantee I won't.
Okay.
Because I do believe this is full cover up here. And you can tell it's showing he's got this shield, full shield, so he's getting extra 40 bonus defense, 32. Yikes. I could throw a grenade again. The downside to throwing grenades is you don't get any loot that they may have been carrying. And I don't know that he was carrying any loot, but I'm going to go ahead and grenade him just because I don't want to take any damage. If I can with my guys.
The area is secure. We're not picking up any inbound
if I can get through this mission
Scanners
without...
are clear. -15, we have a limited window to act before Advent responds. We need to get those charges planted on the double.
If I can get through this without any damage, then that means these guys will be able to go into the next mission. And they'll be have been promoted for the most part.
-15, rendezvous at the extraction point. Status confirmed. Squad is clear. Detonating charges.
Yeah, there we go. Gate crash. That one went fairly well. Playing at the easier levels, they usually do. As long as you don't play stupidly or too aggressively. I think that's what I find is it's like you get too aggressive and that's what burns you.
Initial reports that the suspension of services were the result of dissident activity have been dismissed as radical propaganda.
Yeah, we had initiated our attack, after I made a couple of those, put those two players on the roof. Their turns were done, so if I would have initiated the attack at that point there, I would have had just a couple of shots. But by waiting until everybody was fresh,
I never had any doubts about their capabilities, Commander.
Made it a lot easier to finish that, because then I could move my guys and get attacks whenever they made their ran for the cover and things. All right, so now we have all of our guys got promotions. Let's see what we end up. Who's
Serving
who?
as our demolitions experts, the Grenadiers provide heavy ordnance delivery whenever and wherever we need it.
It's nice with this. The 4 people starting, there's 4 actually soldier types, and so generally if everybody survives you'll end up getting 1 of each soldier. Now who's who you don't ever know, but
the Ranger serves as our primary reconnaissance unit, capable of moving independently in concealment while engaging enemies at close range.
So at this point it's a little introduction to each of the different class types, soldier classes.
Operating some of our most advanced equipment, specialists deploy robotic drones on the battlefield that can be outfitted for combat or field medic duty. Just like it sounds, our sharpshooters engage enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy from extreme range. They're also trained in pistol marksmanship for the occasional close encounter.
Alright, so they all have their strengths and weaknesses. Some of them are better long distance fighters, some of them are up close fighters, then you have your area of effect fighter with the grenader, and then the specialist is kind of just that, a specialist. He does medical, he does robotics, has a few kind of varied attributes, a jack of all trades kind of thing. He's not as strong. He carries basically the basic weapons. And,
Commander, to the research labs.
And basic weapons, and is not, aim is not that great. But they're good. I like them myself. A lot of folks don't.
Impressive, isn't it?
but I like
capable of generating immense power.
I think
yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology, Commander. Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
okay. This is kind of the city building, if you will, portion of it, where you kind of assign researches to where you can progress in strength and in weapons and in facilities and different things with your base. And so basically, this is where I will kind of talk about the strategies that I use. And there are any way to go about it is probably good as one as good as the other. This is the way I usually like to play it. The modular weapons is generally just what it says. It's weapons enhancement. The hybrid materials are generally what your armors and things like that. And the alien biotech is kind of the where you're going to get things like health and research against the aliens and things like that. So generally what I will play is I go with modular weapons. I like to start with weapons and try to get my weapons
to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send word when a complete report is available.
I try to get weapons going first thing, because to me it's like the more damage I can do and take out the enemies, then the defense is not quite as important. If I can take all the enemies out in 1 or 2 rounds, I'm not going to take a lot of damage. So generally I will go with the weapons, try to get to my weapons as fast as possible, and then the armors, and then go with the alien and autopsies and things like that. But anyway, I'm going to go through the engineering side. We're just going to go hit all of the different areas that are part of it.
Reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you around the place himself. He used to talk about you a lot. You can be sure I'm ready to finish what he started. Might not look it, but from here, I can fabricate pretty much anything you come up with. And with a little more help, well, you'd be amazed with what I can do. It was an honor to finally meet you, Commander.
All right, the engineering area is kind of where we will build up our tools and things that will help us to fight the aliens, our weapons. You have to build and buy your weapons. You'll be building facilities that will allow you to do other research and things like an infirmary, and to heal your soldiers faster, and training areas and all that. And
You'd be surprised how big of a difference some of these things can make in combat, Commander. With a few supplies, I can manufacture anything we need in no time.
Early on, you don't have a whole lot. We're going to have to do research and all to get our weapons and our armors, and then as we go there, it will have costs, generally supplies, and maybe some other things such as alien corpses or whatever. There, and then our facilities and
there's room for us to expand our facilities on board the Avenger, Commander, but we'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
So this is kind of where you're going to build out your facilities, and they're going to have these 12 are all you're going to have. This is all going to be the spots for the different buildings or different rooms that you can have. You have to clear them first. They give you one free, and then we'll have to go get engineers through the gameplay, and then they will actually clear these out, and then they will become usable. Some of them that I like to focus on where they're at and to try to get to is these exposed power cells. These here actually have power intrinsic to the deal. If you build a power power, what do they call them? Power relay. If you build a power relay on these areas, it will give you like twice as much power. Or you can actually build a room over here and you won't need to provide power from a power relay. But every one of these rooms is going to use power when you implement them, and it will tell you here this training center is going to cost 125 to build, 125 supplies. It's going to cost 3 power, and it's going to cost me 30 credits every month. Same with the laboratory. Everything has a cost to it. Now the power relay is actually, it's going to cost 80 supplies, but it will provide you with 3 power a month. But there's ways of expanding this and having this output more, and we're going to get more options for our rooms as we do more research and all. Initially, this is kind of one of them strategic type parts of it too. Is in my gameplay, I like to go with the guerrilla tactics first. This is where this particular room will allow you to enhance your different soldiers, but it also gives you the ability to grow your squad size. Right now we are limited to 4 members on each squad we sent out, but as your highest ranking member gets to certain levels, they will provide an option where you can actually upgrade that to where you can get up to 6 soldiers on on each of your missions, and that's kind of what I want. I want to get
we'll start work on the new facility
as many
right away,
soldiers
Commander.
as I can.
I'll send word when it's up and running.
And so, as we get engineers, we'll start clearing some of these others out, and then we'll unlock some of those other rooms. But this one here is going to take 14 days. Hopefully by 14 days I can get one of my soldiers up to the point where we can actually add, get to the level 5, or the level where we can have 5 soldiers on each mission. I still have a little bit of money left, 90 credits, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to build a med kit, and I'm going to build a flash bang, just so I have them. Initially they may not be used that much or required, but I want to have them available, and then because I tend to take damage a lot. Okay, and then now here we can
Dad
go into
sacrificed the only thing he had left to get this ship off the ground, and I won't let it be for nothing. She might be a little worse for wear right now, but with some new schematics and a little elbow grease, she'll be the toughest thing in the sky.
Okay, this will allow you to go in and look at all your soldiers and their rankings.
Your old man would be proud of what we've managed to do here. What you've managed to do with this ship.
I just wish he had lived long enough to see us fight back. To know that it wasn't all for nothing.
Trust me, he knows. If there was one thing your father always kept in mind, it was his faith in humanity. He knew we could win on our own terms.
There's a lot of that banter that goes on, and there'll probably be a lot of times I will talk over that, but initially. But anyway, once we have these here, you can see we still have a crew of several people that we can bring out and fight in our missions, because as you go, these guys will be wounded and they will not be available. But it kind of gives you an idea. This is where we're at. This particular person, you can look at this is where you will go and look at the abilities and different features about them. As we play through, we'll look at the other stuff. But this kind of just it gives you each of the soldiers. You can go through and kind of see their level of health, mobility being how many squares they can move per turn, and then of course aim. Will is kind of an important thing. Will is kind of one of those stamina, maybe I guess would be a good way of explaining it. As you get too low in stamina, they will become tired and they won't be able to fight if they're tired. Or if you do bring them out to fight when they're tired, they will come back injured. So you got to kind of monitor this will level, and higher the will level, the better off the soldiers are. And you can kind of see that's a variable value. And this soldier has a lot of will on it for him. But again, it's just one of those things, and how much they take each, how much they lose during the course of the battles. I'm not really sure how that is calculated. I think it's in how many times they're shot, or if they take injuries or anything like that. But so that's that there, and then we have the command, which is basically, this is just kind of the overall kind of gives you the gameplay, I guess, information. That objectives thing will tell you basically these are the things we need to work towards for the campaign. This is just the ship itself, showing you what the power levels are, what you have installed so far, what's running, and yeah, there we go. But those are the 4 different areas there, and then we're going to go to the command.
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
Commander, we're attempting contact with a local resistance faction known as the Reapers. These people like to keep a very low profile, so it may take some time before we hear back. While we're waiting, it might be worthwhile to scan the area for additional supplies and resources. You never know what we may find out there.
Commander, one of our resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
All right, scientists, that's something we can use. Scientists help your research go faster. As you accumulate more scientists, the time it takes to do the different research projects gets faster. It's kind of logarithmic, I guess you would say, in that the first couple scientists you get will be significantly help, but as you add more and more scientists, the faster it gets to be a smaller and smaller. Like the first 1 or 2 may be, say, 30%. Then the next one you get will be 20% faster, and then the next one you get maybe 10% faster, until you get to a point where it's only adding 6-7% faster. But it's faster anytime. So we will definitely want to scan for a new scientist. And
Commander, the Avengers' remote scanning capabilities will help us search the area for clues or other resources. It's going to take some time, though. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
so this is our world map, and we're gonna find. You can see how this is going to highlight it here. Is there's going to be about 16 different sections or areas that we are going to have to identify and probably visit and connect with. And then as we progress, you'll get links to go to other ones and all. So right now we haven't got anything yet, and we're just going to. The only option we have now is to scan for this scientist, and that's
the outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
Okay, so now we have weapon upgrades. Now, what that did is that allowed that the use of that autoloader we got from our first loot drop. Now, because we made these modular weapons, what that has done is it's added slots to each weapon that will allow me to add enhancements to that particular weapon. Now, it's only that particular weapon, so if you have two soldiers that are using, say, the same rifle, and one of them has that autoloader on it, the other one will not will not have the autoloader function, just the one that has that module on it. Okay, so now I have a company. Now this is where the dilemma or whatever. I can just go 28 days straight, which is a long time, but I will get these magnetic weapons, which are the next upgrade to weapons, or I can go ahead and kind of start on some of these other enhancements, which will give you other rewards. Again, hybrid materials generally is going to be for your armors, and then the biotech is going to do technology type of things. Again, be like I think one of the rewards you get from this is actually an infirmary room that you can add to your deal. But again, I'm going to go right off the bat. I'm going to just go with the research on the magnetic weapons because I like to get weapons as soon as I can, and we will pick this up a little bit when we get our other scientists in. So I'm going to go ahead.
I started to wonder how the Advent
So we still have 3 days here. The thing is early on you don't get a whole lot of missions and all, so that 28 days will go kind of fast. Okay, and so we've got our scientists.
Thank you for sending the
and it increased our time 33%. So
I will make sure they are put to good use.
So now and 6 days. Okay, we're going to go again. Since we don't really have anything else to go, we're going to go ahead and investigate these
Avenger
supplies.
plotting new course.
But when we first started scanning that scientist, after we did the research, it was at 28 days. We'll see how much our research dropped down to. See, it went down to 17 days just by adding that other scientist. So we pick up another scientist, it may knock a couple more days out of that.
Commander, as the resistance continues to grow, we'll have a better chance of finding openings to strike back at Advent. As it is, we've already identified a potential target to disrupt the aliens' operations in this region. Our window of opportunity is limited, so we'll have to move fast.
So basically, this is where the next mission we have, which is going to give us an engineer, which is great because we need to start clearing out some of those rooms. Neutralize the field commander. It's an easy target, so that's great. And it's the only option we have, so we're just going to say confirm there.
Setting course for East Africa.
These are generally time-based. If you wait, you don't necessarily have to do it right at this moment, but within like about 20 hours, 24 hours, something like that, it will disappear, and then you'll lose the option to take that. And there may be penalties for not doing that, those missions. But generally, the missions are, for me anyway, whenever they pop up, I will take them because I don't want to be punished. Okay, so hey, since all of our soldiers survived the last round, we're going to get to take them out again, which is what we want because we're trying to get our promotions up to where I can get the upgrade to my squad size. But this here, I'm going to take, this guy is my grenader, so he actually gets 2 grenade slots. I'm going to replace one of those grenade slots with a flashbang. Flashbang disorients. It doesn't do any damage, physical damage, but it will disorient, and it makes the affected enemies aim value significantly lower, like about 40% lower, and they will move less too. And so generally that's kind of handy if you can't kill everybody. If you want to just stop them from killing you, you can flashbang them. And then my medic, my specialist here is a medic, so I'm going to put a med kit on him. And then everybody else will just go with what they've got. Sniper rifle. Oh, actually, I have upgraded ones. Okay, I'm going to take... there's some gameplay that you can do in the from the main menu, a legacy pack, and if you complete the legacy pack, you get some perks which are upgraded weapons a little bit. But this one here actually has a 5% aim bump, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the same thing with this assault rifle. I think they're the same thing. This gives you a 5% perk on your aim also. The shotgun, which is not necessarily an aim oriented deal, you can see it adds critical damage, so it's going to give a plus 10% to critical damage. And then the cannon is a light machine gun. Oh, so his perk on this one here is just if he misses his shot, he will still do 1 damage against the bad guys. Which, again, it's not much, but it's better than the other one didn't offer any perks at all. So I'm just going to take all those upgrades, and then I'm going to end the video at this point here, because watching other people, this seems to be a good way to do it, is go to the battles, run through the battle, and then do your base building stuff, and then the next time set up your soldiers, and then so the next time we start the video, we'll be going right into the mission. So goodbye for now. Stick around for the rest.